So welcome to Llan Mor Gwen. Uh, Llan Mor Gwen means enclosure of the great goddess, or at least it does in my kind of bastard Welsh. I'm by no means an expert on the Welsh language, but I'm learning. And this is my effort to pay homage to that part of the Celtic culture. In a later podcast, I'll go into a little bit more depth to what that name means to me. But for now, I just want to welcome you. This is a place for you if you feel drawn to witchcraft and working with deities through a Celtic lens. While much of the work we do here will be firmly grounded in scholarship, folklore, and mythology, mostly but not exclusively from the Celtic countries, it is at heart a part of inner contact with energies, deities, and the other personas who appear in this multifaceted tradition. Thus, the aim is not to teach you about Celtic history, folklore, or mythology, or delve into the meaning or relevance of it for today, or to compare it to other mythologies or lifeways. The aim is to encounter these numinous energies, form relationships with them, and in so doing, bring deep healing to ourselves and the societies that we live in. Thus, we are not reconstructionists trying to discover and revivify the old ways of the pre-Christian Celts of whatever variety. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Nor do we consider ourselves to be any kind of authority on Celtic spirituality as it's found today in the Celtic countries. What we are is people who have a connection to the Celtic stream and wish to allow ourselves to be taken more deeply into it. That connection may well be a point of ancestral linkage. Like many people in Australia, I have Irish ancestors and was brought up in an Irish Catholic lifeway. I also have Scottish and Cornish ancestors, as well as Anglo-Saxon and Norman French, and probably lots of other things as well. So there is something inside me, in any case, that resonates with and recognizes that this is an important way for me. So it may not necessarily mean an ancestral connection through blood relatives. There may be other kinds of connection that are important for you. It doesn't matter, except that the connection is there and it speaks to you. So once this inner connection is made, we allow it to strengthen, and we allow it to create encounter and experience. And those encounters and experiences deepen us and take us more and into deeper contact. That is the point of it, encountering, changing, becoming, and in being of service. Service to others, service to deity, service to the numinous world, service to the world around us. Operating from a position of love, knowledge, power, understanding, and experience. Being effective in what we do and where we place our energies, seeing what others don't, and having the courage to acknowledge it and live by it. But this process doesn't make us experts in Celtic culture. It merely gives us the opportunity to deepen our own authenticity. For someone like me who has a broken and wounded ancestral connection, who grew up speaking English in a foreign land, I will always be an outsider, someone who looks inside with longing to search for what is inside themselves. So this is a path of healing, particularly for people from the Celtic diaspora who have lost connection with culture and language. And with that comes a respect for those people who carry the tradition inside them in a more complete and unbroken way. Meeting such people is always an opportunity to learn and deepen, never an opportunity to display one's knowledge. Part of our work in Llan Mor Gwen is to reweave all our ancestral connections, Celtic or otherwise, understanding that this experience of loss is common to so many people today, whether ancestors are from the Celtic countries or not. So you are welcome to deepen, to explore your connection, to awaken parts of yourself that have been lying dormant, squashed by the dominant culture. I encourage you to write poetry. I encourage you to learn a musical instrument. I encourage you to learn a Celtic language or an ancestral language, regardless. And I encourage you to make use of the materials I provide to establish a daily practice around your witchcraft and your polytheism. No one person is the same as anyone else, so your practice is going to be unique to you. But I'm hoping that you'll be able to take some of the things that I provide for you, give to you, and draw to your attention, and weave them into something that works for you, to make sense for you, that will enable you to contact the energies, the deities, the numinous realm, and come into relationship with it. And in so doing, come into relationship with yourself in a much more deep, meaningful, and holistic way. So welcome, and I hope that I can be of service to you in your journey.